Hello, family. Welcome to the new Boom Boom platform, currently named or thought to be named Boom Boom Says. But we'll play with it as we go along. So this is the day of my birthday, and it's been a long time coming. You see, I have so much content. It's fair to say that I have enough content that I somewhat at times feel constipated, if you know what I mean. So this platform is a way of it's a milk of magnesia for me. So for those of you who might say that I've always been full of shit, this may be your final proof. Okay. So with that, um, last night I was out with my daughters, and they not only inspired but demanded that I begin this new journey, this new beginning, this first. In fact, this is the first recording which will likely go on the platform. Um, I think it'll be a classic, so bear with me and stay tuned until the end because I have a couple of surprises for you. So, yes, it's perhaps I should begin by providing you with a few qualifiers, clarifications, if you will. So, I've got this new journey of storytelling, if you will. You see, two things. First, I no longer want to be politically correct at this point in my life. It's a new sort of birthright, if you will. And secondly, and perhaps most importantly, and why I think I got it good, is I have, like I said, I have so many stories, but not only that, do I have stories, I know that you have stories. And my primary purpose aim, or secondary, because actually my primary is to tell my stories, but is to inspire all of you to tell your stories, because that's the whole process, the whole path, your story to your authenticity, to your being, to your becoming you and who you are. And if I can have any additive, any edge, any provocation, provocation, is that a word? Towards that end for you, then I will be a very happy being. So, namaste. So I thought as to, what would be a beginning, my first, reflection, if you will, meditation, I don't know, thoughts about my birthday. Um, well, it was just that, my thoughts about my birthday, my reflections. And I was reminded when I said that of Prince's version, Prince's thoughts about birthdays. And he once said, when he was reflecting on birthdays, he said he didn't count them, um, not because he denied them, but because he refused to be bound by time. He believed in staying forever young in spirit, forever alive in heart. But he also said something else, something profound. The last birthday you celebrate, that's the one you truly celebrate above all. So last night again, I was out with my daughters, and like I said, they gave me that final nudge to go live daily about all sorts of topics, mind you. Um, I will have topics, professional topics, storybook audiobooks, which I have several now. I have my best friend, um, Harry. I have Voice in the Garden, Singing in the Garden, a tale about where I kind of satirically talk about the best times, and so many others. Like I say, I'm constipated with content, and this is my beginning to relieve myself of all of these stories, tales, truths, truths. One thing that you'll see carried throughout is a theme that I emphasize quite regularly, and that is voice, your voice. Some would equate voice, as I think of it, as I understand it, to soul or spirit. I do believe it is the manifestation of will from creation, from that whole spiraling through time, from the beginning, from the Big Bang, from the source, from the Elohim, from the Allah, from however you regard that beginning, it is your connected vine to that is reflected or manifested in your voice. Huh. So with that, so yeah, Prince had phenomenal guy. One of my most favorite persons, beings, consciousness of all time. To him, I yeah. He also said one time, which I thought was very special. He said he was telling how being interviewed, he talked about how he doesn't count minutes or days, or by not celebrating birthdays, he doesn't count minutes or days or years. And so in that, he doesn't grow old. And that's the reason why he can stay so fucking young and looking good. Anyway, um, so it was a beautiful message. So with that, he also let me tell you how inspirational he was to me. The year was, I believe, getting my first story. The year was, I believe, sometime around the turn of the century. And so a friend of mine invites me to go out with him one night. He doesn't tell me what it's about. He tells me that he just wants me to join him at this event. So, I'm perfectly willing, always vicarious in nature and everything, and wanted to experience. At that time, I was new to Atlanta and wanted to get out. And so, I meet him up, and I meet him at this mall type environment, um, on somewhere on, well, all streets and Atlanta are named the same, but somewhere around the Buckingham Hotel, or somewhere in Buckingham, I should say. But anyway, so I arrived there. Now, get this: days before, maybe a couple of weeks, all truth here, and I promise to always be truthful. Very, very important. Days before, I was watching this comedian. I don't know if it was Chris Rock, Eddie, or Dave. I'm sure we could find, but they were doing this routine, and in this whole routine, um, they talked about Prince, and the whole routine for about an hour long was, if you ever should be in the presence of Prince, never look him in the eyes. And the reason why you never do that, I mean, this was like an hour's presentation, right? The reason why you do that is because if you look Prince in the eyes, somebody's gonna get fucked. He did this for an hour. Okay, so now I don't know at this point in time, as I go into this event, where there's a crowd and there's a red carpet and people are on both sides of the entrance, that it's gonna be Prince, obviously. So I walk through, I enter, and there's a staircase ascending above the first landing, if you will. And as I get to like the top of it, all right, I see this crowd gathered at about, oh, I'd say about 10 o'clock to my left. And as I look at the crowd, I'm coming to the top of the staircase here, long, grand sort of staircase. As I come to the top of it, I look over at the crowd. And at that moment, there's a separation, parting of the Red Sea. And as it separates, I look, and there he is, Prince, and we are one on one, eye to eye, right? All I gotta say is, at that moment, in that moment, I felt nothing but love, nothing but joy, nothing but, it was divine. Um, Fortunately, I won't say it was transformational, but I did have a moment of, to be honest with you, totally honest, something I've never revealed, um, a gay moment, I'll say. So now, so with that, let me say I welcome you. By the way, many of you have known me for years. As I begin this journey, I will need your love, your assistance, your prayers, whatever you have to offer. A cup of coffee, will be. I'll be very grateful and very thankful for. As this life, which begins, I guess, as all quote, artists do, new journey. You know, the starving artist sort of, reality, I carry well, hopefully for not for too long, but at least as we begin this process. So I thank you. I welcome you. Again, I'll be inspirational. I'll be on the love vibe, always the love frequency, major, huge, key. It's where I live. It's where I dwell. That's my being. That's my becoming. And so, my purpose going forward is to, you know, um, I don't come here, as I say, to necessarily save souls, but I do come here to save voice and inspire voice. So with that, I thank you, I welcome you. Namaste, and have a wonderful day of joy and love. Thank you.